Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be about what I think is the easiest way to live life and to go on about your day-to-day life. So, what is it about? It's doing whatever one step at a time. Meaning, you have a day, you have a routine, whatever you do, right? And you need to do a lot of activities, and it can get really, you know, disturbing when you think about it. Like, I have to do 20 things today. I have to whatever. I have to train, I have to work, I have to do school stuff, I have to, you know, do extra 17 more stuff, 17 more activities, right? And it's a very overwhelming, right, to think about it. And you have every day, you do this every day basically. Every day you have activities to do. So the easiest way to approach this problem is not think about, first of all, you do not think about your how many activities you have to do throughout the day. And second of all, if you do think about it, you have to think of it like one step at a time. You take one activity, you do it, you take another activity, and then you do that one. And you take each problem one day at a time. So when you approach problems this way, it's way easier. You only have to think of one thing. You think of, let's say you do training. You actually think about training. You do not think about the work you have to do in 2 hours or the work you did 2 hours ago. And how did it go? Oh, it went shit. Okay, now I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna do better next time. No, you only think about training. A lot of people, like to get into activities like, let's say, training or work, and they think of other stuff, what they did previously or what they're going to do. And what is it gonna do? It's gonna affect you negatively. The activity while you're doing it, it's going to, you're not going to do that very effectively. And then you're going to continue with that activity. You go on to other activities and you think of this activity, what you just did, because you did that worse as well, because you thought of other things you did or you're going to do. Do not think of activities like what is more important and what is less important. In some way you have to think of them, right? Because some activities are more important than other ones, but you cannot think of can't think of it like this. Let's say you're doing training. Training is important, okay, but this work, what you have to do in 2 hours, will depend if you can actually, let's say, have a house or a roof under your head in the next month, which is way important, right? So you think about the activity, what you do have to do next in the training. Don't do that. Don't prepare for, let's say, more important activities. Don't prepare for more, important activities in other activities. Prepare for it in a different time. If you know that you need more preparation for some activity, then you have to take time off in your day, whatever, whenever you can, right? Wake up earlier or find that time that you need. So yeah, that's basically it, right? You have your daily routine, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you do whatever, you do your work, you get to school, you do more work, you do your training, but you're always in the place. You're always in the activity you're doing currently. You're not thinking ahead, you're not You're not thinking in the future, you're not thinking in the past, about the past or about the future. You're thinking what you do currently, because that is the most important thing, right? You cannot be in the future, you cannot be in the past. You can only be now. And basically, future becomes now at one point as well, right? And you will never get the past back, so you can only look back on it. But yeah, try to not overthink stuff. You know, it's still, you're still living life. Nothing is really that important than people make of it. However important you think of an activity is, it actually isn't as important than it is. Then you like think of it. Let's say you have a job, right? And okay, it has two sides of it. Okay, you cannot, let's say you have a job and you have like you have to do something for the work. Let's say, like let's say you have to prepare food for your colleagues, let's say, and yeah, you didn't prepare food, and you think like, oh, I don't know if this is a good example, but let's say you didn't prepare any, right? And then you think like, oh, this is going to be the end of the world, what they're gonna think of me, whatever, right? Whatever you make up in your head, it actually isn't that important. Yes, it is in some way how people are gonna approach you, or how people are gonna think about you, okay? But life still goes on. You still have to wake up tomorrow. You still have to do everything, what you have do for tomorrow. I think a better example is, let's say like a test in school, like whatever history test you have tomorrow, okay? And you did not prepare for it really well, okay? Fine. You go do the test and you don't feel good about it. You're like, oh, I'm not gonna get a good grade. But you have to think of it like life goes on. You're still gonna get a grade. You're still gonna finish the school. You're still gonna have to get a job. You're still gonna have to get a family, raise your kids, do all these activities. Life goes on. So you can't, you cannot overwhelm your brain from, you cannot let your brain overwhelm yourself, and yeah, you're gonna have to learn to operate your brain the most effective way, because if you think in these type of situations where you have a test and you didn't prepare really well for it, you're thinking, oh, it's gonna be really bad, I'm gonna get a bad grade, whatever, right? You're just gonna stress yourself out. Your other activities are gonna be affected by the stress, and it's just like a snowball effect. So you have to learn how to think effectively, and that is basically the topic, right? Learn how to control your brain, and life goes on. You're gonna have problems, and yeah, most of the stuff isn't that serious as you think of it. It just is like that. And yeah, take everything one step at a time. Focus on one thing, and I believe that is the easiest way to live life. Because when you focus on one thing, you do it the best. that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys for coming on to today's video. If you have anything to say, put it down in the comments below, and yeah, let me know what you think of this topic. And maybe maybe you say what is the best way to approach or live the day-to-day life for you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you guys. Peace out.